$1,000 to run. It's unbelievable how Hillary Clinton got away with the email lie, the email scam, the email corruption, but now at least we have a pretty good idea.
It's hard for the average American to see this anything other as an attempt to put a down payment on influencing the FBI investigation. Look, I've run a lot of campaigns in the state of Virginia, and I need to put the money a little bit in perspective. Saying that it's 1/3 of the total intake she had for her campaign is not enough. In fact, Terry McAuliffe, who's in the top 3 in the Clinton world, and his allies gave her basically as much money as the incumbent who won that state Senate race raised in total. So when you take that into account, there's a lot going on here. And the fact also that McCabe's husband was actually promoted within the FBI during the investigation should raise a lot of eyebrows. This is a lot more than an optics problem. This is obviously an apparent conflict of interest.
David Morey, the Director McCabe, was promoted to deputy, where in that position he assumed for the first time an oversight role in the investigation into Secretary Clinton's emails.
After investigating Hillary Clinton's email, the FBI decided she should not be charged with a crime. But at the same time that decision was made, the deputy director's spouse was indebted to one of Hillary Clinton's closest aides.
It's unbelievable how Hillary Clinton got away with the email lie, the email scam, the email corruption, but now at least we have a pretty good idea.
Trump is talking about Terry McAuliffe, now the governor of Virginia, who has been a close ally and fundraiser for both Bill and Hillary Clinton for decades. McAuliffe is being accused of trying to help Hillary get out of being charged with a crime for her emails. Last year, McAuliffe met with Dr. Jill McCabe and her husband, FBI Special Agent Andrew McCabe, who, at the time, was the head of the FBI Washington field office. McAuliffe encouraged Jill McCabe to run for Virginia State Senate. When she later agreed, according to the Wall Street Journal, McAuliffe directed $675,000 in donations to her campaign.
She knew that money, $675,000 plus, was being paid. So how is she allowed to continue to run for president?
This all connects to Hillary Clinton because McAuliffe's meeting with the McCabes was at the same time that it became public that Clinton used a home server for emails while Secretary of State.
When you tie it together with a criminal investigation and you see this money being transferred and the very deep political ties between the governor and obviously Mrs. Clinton, you can't just walk past this and say it's no big deal. It is a big deal.
And during this period, Andrew McCabe was promoted in the FBI twice. He's now the deputy director for the entire agency.
Critics tonight calling for the FBI to explain itself after the Wall Street Journal reported that a top Clinton ally, Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe, gave $500,000 in campaign contributions to the wife of an FBI official. And not just any FBI official. Andrew McCabe was among those ultimately assigned to the investigation of Clinton's email scandal. He's since been promoted, now one of the Bureau's leaders, reporting to Director James Comey. McAuliffe personally recruited McCabe's wife, Dr. Jill McCabe, and McAuliffe's PAC began donating huge sums of money to her campaign just 2 months after the FBI started its investigation of the Clinton email scandal back in July of 2015. A spokesman for the Trump campaign, Jason Miller, today blasted the revelation, saying, quote, "The fact that this was allowed to occur shows either outright negligent behavior by the FBI or a level of corruption that is beyond belief." This is very serious business.
Well, the FBI case, for example, with Terry McAuliffe, the governor of Virginia, he was also being investigated by the FBI at the very time he was giving $500,000 from his super PAC and almost an additional $200,000 from the state Democratic Party, which he largely controlled. The money that he funneled to her was roughly 1/3 of all the money that she raised during that race. And of course, McAuliffe, it needs to be said, is very close to the Clintons. He has provided mortgages to them for their house. He has been, many would say, their bag man on a number of different issues. And so the idea that
he's provided them sustenance, can we say that?
But for the FBI then to be so compromised, even if you just want to say it's the appearances, how the FBI's arrogance could let it not take action against McCabe.
I'm going to substitute a different word. I believe outright. You know, once, that's that may be an accident, twice is coincidence. This is a culture of corruption at the top of the FBI. Make no mistake about it. Any official who would tolerate this kind of conduct and these connections has sold out. Do you not agree?
Yes, well, particularly on issues of investigating public officials. You have to be purer than Caesar's wife if you're going to investigate
public
officials.
That used to be the case. That used to be the case. But Caesar's wife has run of the place now.
But given how the FBI investigation into Clinton turned out, this just reinforces that there was never a serious effort in the first place.
The bottom line here, ladies and gentlemen, is that it's either going to be us or Hillary in prison come next inauguration day. So everybody out there's got to make a choice. Do you want to be like this girl in the chair? Do you want nasty Hillary to lock you up, or do you want to lock her up? She wants your guns. She wants open borders. She wants World War III, and she wants a new world order. She's coming for patriots, and so patriots have to decide. Is it going to be us, or is it going to be her that's going to prison?
Hillary for prison! Hillary for prison!
If you're listening to this, you are the resistance.
Seems as though we may have an unexpected, very late in this election, turn of events on this investigation into Hillary Clinton's use of a private email server.
Just 11 days before Election Day.
Was ist denn hier los? Abhauen! Aha. Klaus wird sich ausgeben. Alle Ministerien und alle Wehrmachtsführungsämter rücken ab aus Berlin.
I chose not to keep my private, personal emails. Emails about planning Chelsea's wedding, as well as yoga routines.
Herr Professor! Ich kann nicht zulassen, dass meine Verwaltung evakuiert wird. So, Sie können das nicht zulassen. Die Lebensmittelversorgung von Berlin wird zusammenbrechen. Ein guter Soldat findet immer seine Verpflegung. Ja. Und wenn in der Stadt gekämpft wird, wem nimmt der Soldat die Verpflegung dann weg? Doch wohl der Zivilbevölkerung. Ich werde das nicht verantworten. Das ist ein Führerbefehl!
Breaking news. Americans coast to coast are celebrating the end of Hillary Clinton's campaign. Lock her up were the chants most people heard late into the night. And while most people are cheering the latest news from the FBI, the reason for this bombshell isn't just the discovery of new evidence. They had more than enough evidence to convict her on a dozen charges this summer. What's changed is the discovery that Hillary Clinton paid off the FBI agent in charge of her investigation. She paid the FBI to torpedo her investigation.
The FBI's handling of the investigation into Hillary Clinton's use of a private email server under yet new layer of scrutiny. The wife of an FBI official who eventually went on to oversee the Clinton.
Her from the FBI. His wife runs for office, and they give her more than $675,000 to run. It's unbelievable how Hillary Clinton got away with the email lie, the email scam, the email corruption, but now at least we have a pretty good idea.
It's hard for the